Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? This is Jamal Burt, CEO of EBO Educational Services, and I'm glad to be back. It's been a couple weeks since I've been online, been broadcasting. So today I decided to hop back on. Normally I do it on Monday nights at 9, but I've decided that I'm going to start, just basically getting it out there as my heart speaks it. I'll be back on Monday nights at 9, but at this time, I just really want to start speaking my mind about certain educational issues as usual and get some feedback from you guys to see how you think and feel about it, because education is something that's a responsibility for basically all of us. But today, I really wanted to talk about something that was dear to my heart and something that kind of today influenced me today to speak on this. I was in a classroom full of fifth graders today, and I go there pretty much twice a week with these kids, and it's a beautiful experience. I love these kids, man. They're great. They're at a private school. I usually contract out to private schools and, help the teachers there and the administrators there, kind of run their processes better and teach lessons better, and just sometimes just fill in and help out wherever I can. But today, the substitute and the person that was there, that was in the class with me, I came in and they had to leave. So I had the group. There was only about 10 kids in there. And I noticed that they constantly ragging on each other. They're constantly putting each other down, insulting each other, trying to get them to pay attention to certain concepts or anything when the teacher's in front of the class is really difficult, because they're constantly in a mode of disrespect, in a mode of, lashing out, being immature, and, these fifth graders. And so, this has been a week after week thing. And today I just finally decided, something different needs to be done. So what I did was I said, let's put the books aside, let's put the academics aside, and let's talk about respecting one another. Let's talk about giving each other respect that's needed and due to everybody around you. And I want to talk today about something that's extremely important and something I think that is devoid from schools, which is, to me, this is one of the number one problems we are having in the educational system. And that is the discussion of emotional intelligence. Now, emotional intelligence is basically teaching people or teaching others about how to relate to one another in a way that's most productive. Positivity, if you want to talk about it, if you want to give, character development is another way this is called. And I wanted to speak a little bit about that. I wanted to speak about why it's important. So here I go. So today I'm in that class, and I had them come and bring their desks, their chairs, and put them in a circle, semicircle in front of me. And I started asking a bunch of interesting questions. Like, one of the biggest questions I asked was, how many of y'all, raise your hand in here, if you want to be loved and accepted by the people around you? And every child in that class raised their hand. And then I said, okay, well, if you want love and acceptance from every child in this class, your teachers, your parents, anything like that, don't you want people to love and accept you for even the bad parts of your personality, for the things that, may be difficult to accept about you, but don't you still want them to love and accept you for those things too? And they all raised their hand and said yes again too. Good. So if that's the case, why is it that when I'm in this classroom, I see that a lot of you guys do not love and accept each other for some of the things that you guys do that could even be mistakes? For example, I asked them, I said, you guys want love and acceptance, but you don't want to give it. You want love and acceptance, but you don't want to give love and acceptance to those people who are even showing you bad sides of themselves, but you want the same thing for yourself. How does that work? And those kids, they just kind of looked at each other like, whoa. When they finally stopped joking and playing around, when they finally started to be a little bit mature, we went around the room. I pointed at each child in that class, and I told them about a strength and a weakness about their personality. And I said, you're a leader, and you could do this and that and the other. All you got to do is just get this part of yourself out the way, and you'll be great. You're great already. This one over here has a big heart, but you don't know how to, express that to people sometimes. And it's hard for you to express that love you got inside of you, that big heart you got, because society's made you feel like it's wrong to do. Folks, this brings me to my main point. Our schools will continue to fail if we do not start teaching our children how to become emotional, how to become, how can I put it, sensitive to each other's emotions, feelings, and dealing with each other. The emotional intelligence is going in our classroom. Now, my question is, how do we want our youth to become caring and understanding individuals, but we don't often take the time to show them how to do it? You got to mind you, these kids are fifth graders. They're not mature. They don't know how to express themselves sometimes. They don't know how to show love, but they're quick to snap and joan on each other to the point where it hurts people's feelings and people start crying. Then they disrespect the teacher that's in the room because they don't know how to emotionally appeal or deal with respecting a teacher or deal with respecting people in the classroom. And they're not being taught this at home. School has abandoned God, so there's no kind of teaching about any kind of spirituality or any kind of, maturity, any kind of dealing with people on a fair level in schools. It's basically a free-for-all now. So who's responsible for showing these kids how to become productive individuals? The responsibility of education is to properly prepare the people of a society to be contributing members in that society, not just financially, not just in the workforce, but also to contribute to each other morally, ethically. We have a society that people say is crumbling, where we have a generation of kids who don't care about each other, who don't care about society, who don't care, and they're very selfish and self-centered. And I agree with that. Because a lot of the kids in that class and other classes I've seen, very self-centered. What do we need to do with these children in order to get them to deal with one another more fairly, to more lovingly, more caringly? Because we're going to need that in the future. It's more important than just teaching them math, science, social studies, whatever else subjects they need to pass tests, because that seems to be the only thing that's driving a child in class now, or driving a teacher to teach. When are we going to start stepping up, and showing kids how to treat each other fairly, how to treat each other with respect, how to be there for somebody if they're going through something bad, instead of making them feel worse about it, lifting each other up and encouraging one another to do better things and be better who they are. We must start educating these children's hearts, not just their heads. That's a complete person. And if we're supposed to be teaching these children to be complete people, so when they get out in this world, they're able to deal with all kinds of adverse situations and issues. And these schools are supposed to be a safe haven for them to be able to learn these things about each other. But how come these schools are not doing it? If we want to change the schools and we want to change education, we must first start with changing the way we teach our children how to treat one another. Why are there no lessons about this? Where's the curriculum? Let me take that back. There's a bunch of curriculum out there for it. I even teach a curriculum with this, but is it being asked for? No, because all administrators and teachers are concerned about is teaching towards a test. Let's start putting some of these books away every once in a while. Take a good hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. I spent an hour and a half with these kids in this class today. And by the end of that class, it was like it's transformed. By the end of that lesson, they were treating each other with respect, with kindness. They were actually quiet, and waiting to listen for the next part of the lesson. They really wanted to know how can I be better? How can I act better? How can I do better? They all want better. Their parents want them to be better. They all want to, be able to express themselves freely and openly and be able to be who they are, but they don't feel safe to do so because we're not generating that kind of, we're not generating that kind of environment for them to do so. So I want us to start focusing, and I want us to start opening up the conversation in classrooms, in schools. What is being done to teach our children proper ethics, how to treat each other right? What is what is right and what is wrong with treating each other? And to end off this, there are so many people out here who say, well, I don't want you going, in my school. I don't want in school, sending my child to school, and you're teaching my child this religion. Religion? Yeah, I know we want religion to be out of the schools. I mean, I know that's already been passed by the laws and stuff like that out of the land. My question to you is this. What religion is it to teach and learn how to treat people right and how to positively affect people in a community? What religion is that? You don't want me teaching religion. So in other words, you don't want me to teach your child how to become a responsible citizen, how to give and show respect to people who they're supposed to show respect to. These kids don't know how to do it. They're not taught. They're not taught in school, and they're not being taught at home. So where are they going to get it from? Well, I don't know about y'all, but I know one thing. My crusade is going to be to go into these different classrooms and not only teach math, science, social studies, whatever it is they need, chemistry, whatever. When I sit behind this desk and I'm tutoring kids, I'm also teaching them how to be better people. I'm showing them how to make better choices, and I'm going to show them, and I'm going to take it upon myself, and I hope there's others out here who's going to take it to start showing these children how to act better. Hey, and how you doing? I see your comment. Yes, religion will teach values and principles, but what do we do in a public school when we're not allowed to teach religion? Then what do we do? And that's a good question. Ethics and morals can be taught without religion behind it. Now, I'm a Christian, 100% Christian, and I'm teaching at a Christian school sometimes when I do this, and of course I'm talking about God and Jesus and all these things. But if I'm in a situation where I can't teach about God and Jesus, which hurts my heart to all ends, I still have to teach these children how to be right, how to act right, how to talk to each other in a certain way. So yes, and I agree with you. Thank you. And she kind of posted this here, y'all, if you want to see. It said that religion will teach values and morals, and I agree. I think that religion, but it's more than just religion. We need to teach these children how to literally just show love, teach them ethics, teach them, how to relate to one another in a way that is not so aggressive and not passive either, but more so how to be aggressively emotional, how to be aggressively affectionate, how to be aggressively nice. That can be taught. When I taught these kids today, for an hour and 30 minutes, I had them to myself. It was like the whole room shifted because now people were beginning to finally see, like, man, I really do want to be better, but I've never really learned. These are fifth graders. Matter if we taught it in fifth grade, sixth grade, seventh grade, eighth grade, if we taught it in ninth grade, if we taught it in high school, so by the time these kids hit these world, not only would they be intelligent and able to do all kinds of skills and stuff in the classroom, but they would also be able to teach the future generations how to treat one another better, how to relate better, how to respect, how to listen to a person when they're talking to you and listen to what their heart is saying to you, not just the words that are just coming out of their mouth. And I will continue to go into these classrooms and teach this, probably till I die. How many teachers are willing now to take up that mantle, to go in the classroom, not to teach a subject, but to also train this next generation to be better people? That's all I really have to say today about this. The question I'm going to ask one more time is, how do we want our youth to become caring and understanding individuals, but we don't often take the time to show them how in the classrooms? Maybe facing this and spending more time with this will probably change the face of school and education and our society as a whole. All right. Thank y'all. Oh, Hannah. Thank you, Hannah, for commenting. I'm glad you said. She said, take away the technology and spend actual time with our children and discuss issues. Oh, yeah, it does take to be at home. This has to be shown at home. Parents, you need to be giving this to your children. Yeah. Thank you, Damien. That's a great comment right there. Hoppy, what's up, man? Good to see you. Hey, you're right. If they were taught from birth, why are they not being taught in schools? Schools is the one place. Think about it. They're in school from 1st through 12th grade. What would happen if 12 years of teaching them how to be righteous with one another, how to give each other, respect to one another at a minimal level, and this was taught on a daily basis? How would they be when they got out of school? All right. Thank you, Hoppy, for that comment. Very good. All right, y'all. I'm glad that I got a few comments, y'all. And, I can't spend too long on here because I don't want to bore you all to tears. But I guess I just wanted to post this today because I want y'all to understand that education is bigger than just academic subjects. It's also about teaching and preparing our next generations to be better people for the future. All right. Take care. I hope y'all do well. Please inbox me. Let me type my email address up here so that y'all can inbox me with your suggestions, comments, whatever it is. And I just want y'all to, start a dialogue. And anything that you guys send to me, I would love to make it a topic. If there's an issue that you want to address, if you want to continue on this issue and say something, talk about something else, that's fine. I will work it into this. Contact me. Let me know what's up. Tell me what it is that's on your mind you want to talk about when it comes to not just education, but dealing with the next generation and dealing with these children and dealing with these teens and how to make them better. Because we know there's something wrong, but why is it that nobody's actively doing anything about it? All right, y'all. This is Jamal Burt signing off. I'll talk to y'all later. Please, you can inbox me right here at jburt@ebotutoring.com. You can also go to our Facebook and comment on there as well. All right. Oh, Twitter too. We got Twitter. Hit me up on Twitter. It's EBO Tutoring. EBO Tutoring. Capital E, capital B, capital O, Tutoring. At EBO Tutoring on Twitter and Instagram. EBO Tutoring. Same thing. Y'all take care. God bless y'all. And I just, hit me up. I'll be back. Talk to y'all later.